check back down there and check what that.
Checked it.
All right, we'll call our budget and finance
I can leave, Sean, I can leave reminders.
meeting to order. First up on the agenda, DPW. Paul?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Not exactly sure what the process is, but the Public Works budget for 2017 that's been submitted to the county treasurer is in 4 parts. The A fund is buildings and grounds. The B fund is the county road fund. The DM fund is the road machinery fund. And the PC fund is the post-closure for the landfill fund.
Probably, Paul, we're looking for major differences in the last year and this year of increases or decreases and reasons.
Okay. I'll start with the A fund. In the revenues, the 1270 shared service charges, there was a substantial reduction. The big reason for that was that this was the first year that we were providing maintenance at the City of Amsterdam location for social services. And when we budgeted for it last year, we overestimated the revenues. So there was a substantial reduction in the revenues, and that's what it's attributed to. Temporary employee line is an increase. That's an employee. We have an employee out on long-term. I'm not sure if it's, I think it's just long-term disability, and this position was created to provide coverage until that person returns.
Paul, the bike path, that's this year, we see the increase there because of the maintenance.
Well, yeah, I decreased the full-time employees line, and I increased the temporary employee lines.
You decreased it by 6,000. Is that correct? And the temporary employees, 30,000? Is that what you were talking about?
No, he decreased it.
What, 114, is that what you're talking about?
That's where I was looking, I just wanted to make sure.
44,000.
Yeah, one from 44.5.
Thank you, Diane, thank you so much. That equals out. I appreciate that.
Overall, Paul, what's your difference in your request this year in that fund?
The A fund, my request over last year's modified was about about 120,000 from 2,211 to 2,330.
County executive last week had mentioned in his memo, we have a $5 million gap. So it's a lot of money that we're gonna have to try to come up with and look to the department heads to stay where they were last year or decrease. Of your budget, the four funds that you have, and whatever your overall increase or decrease is, how are you gonna be in line with that? Are we looking at a lot? If so, if something needed to be looked at to be, could we do something to, what could we cut or?
I'll say, just let me chime in, but we've talked a number of times since the budget went in, and there's certainly some areas that we think we can trim, and we're going to work on that over the next couple of weeks. But, Paul, like he has for many years, always advocates for more, money for infrastructure, roads or bridges, and, a lot of times we end up pulling back on what his request was, and
Right.
we'll be seeing some of that.
Bob?
Paul, can we talk about the transfer stations for a minute? Where we are with that? Are we at market on tipping fees? Is there a chance of increasing that? Do we have a market survey that shows where we are?
Well, for the most part, the transfer stations are operated out of the treasurer's office. Pretty much, I'm just handling the post-closure. I mean, I provided some labor and assistance if they needed some help with the new scales and things like that. And we work together on it, but basically as far as the budget, it's controlled by the treasurer's office.
We are right now pretty much right in line with what Albany, Schenectady, O'Hare is charging. They're all within $1. So I would say, yeah, we're right in the market of where, well, that's something that's really going to discuss towards the end of the year because our contract is up and depending on what a renewal would cost or a response to an RFP. If the cost of the operations goes up, we may not have a choice other than increase.
Yeah, just to add to that, the RFPs will be going out here in a couple of weeks probably. We're actually hoping to see maybe some costs go down because when we negotiated this contract, we remember gas was well over $4 a gallon, so we're hoping at the very least we can reduce some of these transportation costs. And I will say that in the time that we've been here, the volume has been such that we're either, at the very least break even, but also building reserves. And it's gone actually very well, I think.
Yeah.
I had Barb and then I had Terry.
Okay, thank you. Roads and bridges, I know that, I've had the pleasure of working with you for a little while. I know that they're important, and I know that you're gonna work with Matt and work with us on this. One of the things that you've mentioned, and I hope I'm not correct, and you'll correct me if I'm wrong, a lowboy to transport equipment. Is that still something that you're in need of? Is that something that's being discussed or?
We addressed it a month or two ago. We should have our little boy back on Monday morning.
I know it's a very expensive item. I know that some of the county's in need of, so I just.
And I think even,
Yeah, no,
Bobby's been helping us out.
Yes.
Yeah, I would like to take the opportunity to stress that Fulton County and New York State DOT out of Fultonville has been a great deal of help in moving our equipment for us for the past 6 or 8 weeks.
I know there's been shared services, which has been wonderful, but thank you so much. Okay. I'm good. Thank you so much.
Jeremy?
Under the line item 2255, the buildings and grounds equipment, I see it's gone up from 15 to 36,000. Is there anything special you're buying that's?
Yeah, that was the 21,000 of that was for 2 zero-turn mowers to replace the 2 John Deeres. And the remaining was the brazing pan up at the gym.
Okay, I thought you bought 2 mowers last year.
We did buy 2 last year. But we have 4 altogether.
So now we're up to pretty good with our mower inventory. We should be, if we get these 2, we should be up to snuff. And how many years has it been since those have been?
I'm not sure off the top of my head how old the John Deere's are, but we've got to be pushing 10.
I mean, it's been a while.
Yeah, I think I bought them.
All right.
I want to say they're 12 years old.
What did you say, brazing tank? What is that?
That's something they need in the kitchen.
Kitchen.
I thought they were teaching welding.
Terry, you have something else?
I hope the weed whackers are included in that deal.
The weed whackers are actually being purchased this year.
Okay, good. I thought there was a problem, you know, and so how are we on budget for this year?
This year's budget? I actually, I look at it the first of every month, and I want to say when I look at it on August 1st, most everything was on target. Except for the repair line and the DM fund in the shop was, the percentage was kind of high. It was, we had a lot of breakdowns, a lot of repairs.
But you can probably keep it within the budget, transfer within the budget.
Yes, I think,
Okay.
I think, yes, we'll get through this year.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Anyone else? Your lovely assistant have anything to add?
Nope.
All right. Thank you. All right. Next. Dan.
All right. So I have a summary here, and basically there are 4 areas where there are big changes. Overall, including salaries and contractual and everything, my total request is down $1,468.
You're done.
I know, right?
The reason that is I have one position that is retiring. My senior computer services coordinator is retiring. That's a $44,000 line item right now. Instead of replacing that with a full-time position, I'm putting in a request for a part-time position, which will handle, this person handles most of the daily jobs for the AS400, for the maintenance for payroll and for just back-end systems. This person also handles our help desk, so when you call and put in a ticket, this is the person who handles that. And then there is a small piece of it that is very technical, and that involves keeping the AS400 updated with the latest service packs and virus control and all that stuff. So what I'd like to do is create a part-time position for about $13,000 that will handle most of the daily operations. Move the help desk to another network, I think their position is a network tech engineer. So a current person who's in the job right now. And then for that small technical piece, instead of hiring someone for that, I'd like to add that to our contractor services, professional services, and outsource that. And that would, we'd probably have to put that out to bid to IBM and a couple other consultants, but that's, you're talking a little under $4,000. I've got it estimated at about $33.75. It's really not that many hours, and I think it would be better if we just outsource that and make sure that it was done correctly. It's a very technical part that this person has been doing, for the past 15, 20 years, but it's gotten a little more involved, and I think by taking that out, we can kind of downgrade the position a little bit.
Dan, question.
Yeah.
Certainly appreciate the effort. Are you confident that you're going to be able to have someone do this for $13,000 and you're not going to shortchange yourself? Because while we certainly appreciate your due diligence, we don't want to also hurt the department. It took a while to get you, I remember a couple years ago when you come in and we were,
Well, this is one of those areas that has been reducing a little bit over time, where our network and help desk, email, internet, all that stuff is going up. But our AS400 maintenance has gone down quite a bit, and
so you're pretty good with it then.
yeah, I'm good, and I really prefer to use attrition. This is the last time I lost a person was through attrition, and I think, we've got until the end of the year with this person right now, so we're already training other staff members, and there are people that are acting as backups that are confident that they can handle it. So it's just that small technical part that I was a little worried about, but I think if we contract that out, then,
Sean had a question or comment.
Just to let you know, based on the handout I sent out, because he did put it in his request, you will see that there is a part-time position added to his department request, and it's based on what the union contract is. It's in here for 15 a week.
Okay. And the other one's out?
The full-time is off, is out of
Okay.
his request.
and that's based on a computer operator.
Computer operator.
Yes. Yeah, so that's probably just a little more hours than I estimated.
Barbara had a question.
I just want to say that I love how you run your department. You don't bother us. I've never heard a complaint from Matt. I think that you've handled the transition in the government excellent. One thing I'm not sure if everyone knows is, I know Tom does, you carry other departments also in the budget. So that is why it's so big, and you work well with others. So thank you.
I haven't gotten my increases yet, so.
Well, but isn't,
thank you.
yeah, you do carry, and just to confirm, I might be wrong,
Yes,
you do
no,
carry,
it's very similar to DPW, they handle,
Right.
you don't get an electric bill or a water bill. We handle all the equipment and software for the entire county, so that's, the equipment line is pretty big, the software line is pretty big. But yes, we do budget for, and also for print jobs, we budget for other departments.
how's the printing going?
It's good. He's been right around where he always is every year. He's doing pretty well. There's a little bit more outside jobs coming in, which is always a good thing. A little bit more revenue. So it's good.
Thank you.
Terry.
Yeah, Dan, you said you're down for this budget this year?
Yes.
I have it here under the general fund, your total central data processing is up 977 from 965.
Based on my spreadsheet, it's
That's
down.
because he didn't have the part-time, the 13 had been.
Probably.
Okay.
If you had that 15,
So
I
what-
added it based on his request.
So it's a $14,000 difference is what you're seeing, or?
Yeah.
Well, actually, I did have that part-time in here, so I might have to get with Sean to...
Department request, 1,042,000, adopted last year, 1,028,000.
See, I've got 1,026,000 for my total.
I'm looking at page 2.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
you're close. We'll be
I can
checking.
talk to Sean and make sure we have the same numbers here.
I would rather go with the 1,026,000.
Yeah, it's showing the miscellaneous support services is up around 25,000.
Yep.
That's one area that looks like was up.
That's the other, the last 2 points that I wanted to make is that one, the 4438, is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's out, I have that up about 26,000, and that's mainly our additional communication lines, so we've added quite a few, we've upgraded our internet bandwidth, we added a line between the annex building to the new public safety building, and that's almost $20,000 just for that connection. Communication costs have skyrocketed, just any type of internet, any type of, increase in bandwidth, and we use more and more bandwidth every day. We use more and more internet, email. So we're paying a lot more for communication.
Your overtime line is up 10,000.
And that's the last point is,
Yeah.
the overtime line is up, yeah, $10,000 because last year I asked for 12,000, I got 10, and we've already used about 9. So we're definitely gonna run out this year. We do a lot of stuff on the weekends when no one's using the system, and there's a lot of work that needs to be done during the week. So based on, just history, our overtime is gradually increasing every year. We've upgraded pretty much all of our back-end servers. I won't get too technical, but we've had to work almost every Saturday just to upgrade all of our domain controllers so that we can then upgrade all the new PCs that we bought this year. We upgraded 30 or 40 PCs for people, and with those new versions, you have to have.
Are those employees offered comp time, or are they getting paid?
They're offered comp time, and they get paid,
Yeah.
depending on. Unfortunately, there's 1 or 2 that are really good at what they do, and
They
they
wanna
end
be
up
paid,
racking up
yeah.
a lot of it. So,
Right.
those are my 2 increases, were the miscellaneous supporting services and overtime.
Joe?
You said you're gonna go to IBM for a small part of your update too.
They'll be one of the businesses that we put a bid out to, but there's local people that, there's other contractors that are IBM certified that can handle it.
And AS400 still running good, huh?
Yeah, it's every year we reduce it, or not every year, every 3 years, we have a 3-year lease with them. We usually reduce it a little bit. The last time we went from 3 actual machines to 2. Now, I think we'll probably go to 1 next time with virtual backup. So, and a lot, some things are moving away from it. We're looking at upgrading our timekeeper system and payroll systems, so some of those things are going to change over time. And the staff in that department have reduced in that area from 4 to 2 since I've been there. One of them moved to a different area, and the one that's retiring is leaving there. And I think that's an area we can take a hit there.
You actually now have a chance to get viruses in an AS400? That was never before, right?
It's not really viruses, it's just intrusion, We get several hundred hack attempts every day.
But just get into your data.
So it's just maintenance, really. So those are the big changes. That's the one big reduction. There are 2 big increases, but overall, I tried to keep it balanced. And my numbers do show it down a little bit, so I'll check with Sean to make sure we're looking at the same numbers.
Martin Kelly.
I know in 13 or 14, when we were going over the budget, we talked about restructuring the print shop and getting somebody in there to help.
Yes.
Is that still in the process, or
I've
have
been-
we put it on the shelf?
That's the other person that's in the AS400 area who's titled as a programmer. And I've just been informally having that person do print layout and design. So it's actually been working pretty well because during that person's downtime, they can handle print design. She did the handbook and all all that stuff.
And are we maximizing our revenues from that and outside of it?
From print, we don't advertise, we try not to take business away from any of the other local businesses. So it's really just municipalities and nonprofits that have been using us for a while. And every year we do pick up a few more. Last year we picked up a lot of jobs from the state court system, which has been a pretty big revenue booster. So he stays pretty even. But we are increasing some of our print prices in next year's budget, just by a little bit. But it's not really something that we've ever focused on, going out and trying to make a lot of money on. We try to get back our cost a little bit and do the service for the.
So does that pay for the full-time person in there?
It's pretty close. It's debatable because we also have, the way we budget it is our office supplied line for print. That request basically includes all other departments' estimates. You know, so those estimates come in with what we think they're going to spend, and that's how we buy our supplies, but those supplies also get used for the outside jobs. So it's tough to really completely pinpoint it, but if you look at the raw numbers, it's pretty close.
Okay, Dan, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Next. Mr. Public Defender. How are you? Good.
There really is not much change in our budget from last year. Take a look, but it's almost exactly what it was. We have 4 county employees now, and 3 that are funded by grants.
Looks like you're up 47 bucks or something?
Yeah.
Or no? 1,047.
Right.
I can't see it. 1,047. Very good. Any questions? Hearing none. Thank you very much. Oh, we have a question.
Are the grants still being continued to roll over so that you still have those people
Yes.
come with the grants?
They are. We don't have, we have one new grant that my secretary submitted a proposed resolution. This is for a secretary clerk. With the grants that we have, it has really become burdensome for my confidential secretary. So she was about to revolt.
Right.
So I asked her, if we had this grant proposal, we're about to get a new secretary to help you with this. Because a lot of counties have done that, hired people just specifically to handle these grants. It is very complicated. The woman that was handling the grants for the ILS office in Albany left. She would think she would be overwhelmed. So we do have a proposal for to hire a part-time, but that would be again full grant funding.
That'll be up next month.
That's wonderful, and I'm great to hear that, because most of your grants are 3-year grants, and I know how, I used to talk to people more, and I know how encumbersome they can be, so that is fantastic. Thank you for asking that, Martin.
Thanks, Bob. All right, Cornell Cooperative.
Do you need a copy of my budget, or do you have everything?
We have it,
Okay.
right?
I'm going to stand because that's what we teach our 4-Hers to do when they give presentations. So the budget really hasn't changed that much from last year, for better or worse. Unfortunately, that means we're still under a 3-year contract with Fulton County for $20,000. Our federal money at $10,000 is remaining constant, and our state money at, I budgeted $60,000. It may go up, it may go down. It all depends on how much we get from the counties. There's a 2-year look back, and we used to have our Eat Smart New York program, which was a contract with our local DSS to do nutrition programming. We lost about $90,000 when that went away. So we expect our state money to be reflected in that to some degree, but I'm hoping it comes in around the $60,000. Salaries have gone up a little bit. I budgeted some money. I'm not really sure what the impact of the Fair Labor Standards Act going from exempt to non-exempt, and potentially having to pay some overtime in most of our 4-H activities. When you're working with kids who are at school, most of the day you're working evenings and some weekends, so we may be looking at some overtime for our 4-H staff. But other than that, our budget really hasn't changed. We're trying to watch all of our expenses to put some money away into our general fund so that we can, if something happens, that we have some money for that. We still fully participate in the Central New York Dairy and Field Crops team and the Capital District, or the Eastern New York Vegetable team. And that has been really important this year, especially with the dairy, the prices that is being paid to the dairy farmers. Our dairy educators are working, helping our dairy farmers control their costs, because they can't help them with the income side of their ledger. And you wouldn't know it with the last couple of days with all the rain we've had, but there has been a drought, and they're working with them on forage quality, how that will impact milk production, what they should be doing with decreased quality, and how to be feeding during the times of drought. So those are things that are happening right now that are helping our dairy farmers stretch any little bit of money that they can get. Our 4-H program, it was a new goal last year to increase the number of 4-Hers and the number of 4-H clubs we had. We have had 4 new clubs in the past year. Unfortunately, 2 in Fulton County and 2 in Montgomery County. When you recruit and advertise, it goes out to both counties and we can't help where they come from. And we do have 224 active members in 4-H and 117 volunteers.
Brian, I have a question.
Yeah.
I told you we had your budget, I lied, I guess. You're asking for a slight increase up to 103. What is it right now?
Right now it's at 100.
It's at 100.
Yeah.
Okay, so, thank you. Anyone else?
Yeah. I know that you did participation at the schools. You brought baby chicks and you were very educational with the agricultural and farming, especially for the city of Amsterdam. Is that still?
We are still doing incubation and embryology is one of our biggest programs. We still make that available to each of the schools. Mackenzie, who is our 4-H educator, who unfortunately is left, we have a vacancy. The position description is in its final stages of approval right now. But she did make some contacts with some additional schools and was doing some food systems education with schools, which we hope to continue to do that.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Corey.